Hello everybody, welcome to Dottin Bursts. Today I am going to be doing a series of questions, answering them, and feel welcome to answer them yourself if you want to journal, or if you feel inspired to reply in the comments any of your answers, feel welcome to do that as well. The questions themselves are about diamond painting, but it's kind of a little bit introspective about my personal journey with diamond painting and how some of my emotions and processing goes along with it. And this is Dottin Bursts, so we're trying to do sort of like self-discovery. And I can use this for personal growth, and you can too. All right, let's get into it. If you want to know, the canvas is Disco Trip from Paint with Diamonds. I always forget to introduce the canvas and my tools and stuff. My pen is from, I think, Creations Dobell on Etsy. They have turned this beautiful pen. I asked for something very thin, and they've done a beautiful job. The multiplacer is a single multiplacer as well as a 10 multiplacer. They are both from DAC. In the single placer, I have used Tack It as the adhesive. What you do for this, you put it in and you let it dry for about 24 hours. Then you top it up, dry it for another 24 hours or 12 hours, top it up, and then let it dry. And then it's probably good to use. Tack it over and over. It stays tacky. It's like a tacky glue. It's very good. It kind of works like a glue dot. And then in this end, I have beeswax. I'm using Dreamwax Studio beeswax. And I don't use putty all the time. So this multiplacer is from an era when I was still using beeswax. And I just haven't switched over to putty yet. I have a cover paper here. This is from Bees Crafty Corners. It's a 4x4, and it's kind of got like a dotted holographic sparkle to it. It's an Aurora Borealis. It's from a theme pack of Aurora Borealis ones. And that's about it. I have tweezers from Amazon. I do have putty if I want to start using putty. But for now, I'm probably going to be single placing a lot. Okay, let's get into the questions. First question. What first drew me to diamond painting, and what was happening in my life at the time? Well, it was December of 2023, and I was getting ill, and I was in denial about my illness. But I was bored during the holiday season, and I wanted to try a new hobby. And I decided to try diamond painting. I ordered a kit, and it was delivered by Instacart. I ordered it from Michael's. And I think diamond painting, I was immediately very obsessed with diamond painting. But I think diamond painting has saved my life in a lot of ways. Because if I hadn't made that pivotal decision to start diamond painting in that week between Christmas and New Year's in 2023, I really don't know where I'd be today. And what followed very shortly after was I moved into accessible living, and I started diamond painting almost full time For a long period of time, I diamond painted almost full time. And it was very positive for me. Very, very positive for me. A very positive change in my life. And I've always been close to arts and crafts. And I do a lot of arts and crafts. But diamond painting is definitely something special. And I'm very glad I picked it up. Why did diamond painting stick with me when other hobbies didn't? I think part of this goes into where I have studied meditation. Meditation. Sounded weird for a minute there. I don't meditate with like the chanting or, making a space that has music and dim lights and comfy pillows and everything. Like, I meditate very mindfully when I'm doing activities like diamond painting, and I think about things or I don't think about anything at all. And that's the meditation, is that you can get into a flow state and your body kind of can do almost muscle memory tasks, and you have that mindfulness where your brain can wander, or you can bring it back to just staying in the present moment and enjoying the moment. And you can really bring a lot of happiness from that. To me, meditation is about finding like just a calm state of being. I have mental illness and my brain isn't always calm. So I've really worked a lot to work with the meditation. And that's why I don't do like a formal meditation. Like if you take a yoga class, they might want you to take a minute to do a meditation. Those sorts of meditations are not my style, but they're not bad either. In fact, I've been through a lot of them and I quite enjoy them. But it took me a long time of practicing my mindfulness to get to a state where I can recognize that I'm meditating without, you can meditate for 5 minutes, 10 minutes here and there throughout your day without having to create an environment of meditation. If you just have the mindfulness. So I don't know, we can go back to that maybe in a future video where we talk about meditation and my journey through meditation and how diamond painting has brought meditation closer to me. Or I don't really even want to use the word meditation. Maybe I should just use mindfulness, but it's definitely a positive thing. So, third question, what emotion do I feel most often when I'm placing drills? This is great. Is that an emotion? My emotion is satisfaction, pride. Are those emotions? I'm just kind of going through what I'm feeling right now. Like, I'm proud. That's why I say pride. I'm proud of myself for the progress I've made throughout this diamond painting. We're going to have a slipping issue for this whole video because my canvas is very heavy. I'm almost at the end of the canvas. But admiration for the artist or the project, A lot of times I feel very grateful. I feel grateful that diamond painting is in my life, and I think about things like that. Sometimes I feel a little frustration. There was one canvas I did. It took a very long time, and I just wasn't making progress on it. I had also been through some serious health issues, and we'll talk about this in a future question here, coming up very shortly, I think. But I just wasn't making progress, and I just felt very frustrated because previously, before the health issues, my canvases went very fast, very lickety split. I made a lot of progress in a little bit of time on a lot of canvases. And I was pumping out finishes, and suddenly it ground to a halt. So that frustration made me almost pack up the diamond painting hobby and just push it out the door and quit. But I didn't give it up. Some other hobbies, sometimes it's like a hyperfixation. And when the hyperfixation feelings end for whatever reason, and you can go and research that, and maybe we should do a video on hyperfixation someday too. But there's actually various reasons why emotions attached to hyperfixations fade, including like your brain moves to other chemical and hormonal states, and then you don't feel that feeling to have that hyperfixation anymore. And I think that happens a lot with me with a lot of my hobbies that I find interest in. So I try to reel it back these days and not start new hobbies. Like literally, I have to tell myself, no, you don't need another hobby. This will pass, and look at what you do have. And it's a lecture to myself sometimes, but it's just a reminder, because I do get caught up in like consumption and shopping online and FOMO and things like that. And I'm trying to be honest with myself and fair to myself that I don't have time for more hobbies. Even though some things enrich your life, sometimes it brings more stress too. And I just want to be, I have a lot going on in my life right now, medical wise especially. And I don't want to bring too much into my life in the way of new hobbies. And I have an apartment that's very small, and every new item that I bring into the apartment is more clutter or needs organization or takes up space physically. Even if I can produce beautiful artwork with it or beautiful crafts, because often my new hobbies center around new forms of art styles or different types of crafting. I don't want to create more stuff, and I don't want to make messes if I have the ability to not make a mess with a craft. And a lot of the times what interests me is crafts that do have a mess factor to them, like not clay making, like pottery or ceramics, or painting things on a large scale. I can't paint, but I paint Magic the Gathering altars, and that's pocket-sized painting. And I'm kind of thinking about getting into artist trading cards. That I can do because I already have the paint, but like I can't do new hobbies. So diamond painting sticks, and I don't really buy a lot of new stash items very often. I do have a stash. It's not too large, but I feel I'm at a point where I don't feel the need to buy a lot of paintings. I don't look at a lot of new releases. I don't really go shopping for diamond paintings. Now, accessories for diamond painting, that's a different story. I'm very interested in all the new tools coming out and seeing all the beautiful pens and everything. But like, I have 4 pens. I don't really need any more pens. I wanted a pen for every style of multi-placing I like to do with single placers, and that's about all I needed. Trays, I don't really need more trays, but I do like looking at them. I just like looking at the tools and seeing what's coming out. What does my workspace say about my mental state or personality? Well, right now my apartment is tore up from the bottom to top, pretty much, it feels like. And I have a lot of clutter that I just want gone. But what it says about me isn't that I'm lazy, but that I'm very overwhelmed and I'm unorganized in a way that is caused by physical and mental exhaustion sometimes. And being honest, there is more I could do, but at the same time, I'm often very tired. I get home from dialysis and I crash most of the days. Even though it's unintentional, and I say, when I get home, I'm going to do this, this, and this. Because I only like to do about 3 things every day. And I get home from dialysis, and instead of doing 1, 2, 3, I crash. I have a nap. And my nap might only be intended for an hour. And I wake up, and it's already past dinner time. And, you know, it's a problem. Because then I get behind in life. I get behind on my chores. I get behind on, maintaining an apartment. And I do have housekeeping help, but even they won't clean my apartment if it's too messy. Like they'll help me, but they'll also be like, why did you let it get like this? Why didn't you ask us for help? Or, so I have to make sure that I maintain the apartment so that they can come in and actually just do their job instead of having to pick up, if there's boxes in the way or something like that. They need to just be able to do their job and get out, because they have other jobs that they have to do too. They clean every apartment in this building on a weekly basis. And there's a lot of apartments. Because I live in accessible living, they have to step in once a week and do cleaning. It's actually required. You can't not have cleaning. So, yeah, it helps them. It helps them maintain the building too. And it helps me, but I have to make sure that I keep on top of, in between, that I keep on top of things and take my garbage out and, not make organizational messes that cause problems and stuff like that too. So it's all cumulative in it. Sometimes it's a little bit much for me to manage, like right now I haven't been home a lot with the market. And again, I'm not around home to just randomly pick up and organize stuff one day. And that's going to be changing soon too, I think. It's been very hard for me to be at the market. I love the market. Trust me, I love the market. But I also have found that it's hard for me to be away from home as much as I have been. And I have a little kitty, and my kitty wants to be around me too. And she's been home alone a lot. And I'm starting to notice that it's affecting her. But that's another story. So when did diamond painting become more than just a hobby for me? Oh, good question. In 2024, I tried to turn diamond painting into a business. And I tried to turn it into a business where I was selling completed diamond paintings. And I actually even purchased a lot of my stash is because I was purchasing a lot of paintings because I was hoping to sell them, and I was purchasing what I thought would be popular for sale. Like, if I completed it, would somebody want to hang that on their wall? And I also had a caveat where I also had to like the painting. But I have realized that there is no business for me in diamond painting. Like, I'm not running a diamond painting shop. I'm not going to sell my diamond paintings. In fact, once I started hanging them up, I really like hanging them up. And now if I buy a diamond painting, I buy it only with the purpose that it will be completed and hung. I don't do diamond paintings and put them in underbed storage or plastic wrap or garment bags or boxes or anything like that. I hang every single one of mine. And when I run out of space, I don't really know what I'll do. But I think what I'll do is build, I've thought about this before previously too. But you know how you can take like a curtain rod and use shower rings on it? And you can get some really nice shower rings too. But then you can put like electrical tape around your canvas as a border. And you can punch holes in the top and hang it from the curtain rod. And then you can interchange them really easy. I think that's what I'll do when I run out of space. But I have plenty room to go still. And I would love if every single inch of my walls was covered in diamond paintings that I did. I would just have so much proud feelings of accomplishment if that was truly the case. So no business for me anymore. I also tried to do hand rendering for a while. I preferred to do other types of artwork, and the hand rendering is fun though. And then I got into where I was going to take my digital illustrations, because I do digital illustrations, and turn them into diamond paintings and diamond paint them and then sell them. And then I was like, you know what? I could just sell prints of the digital illustration and not have to worry about the diamond painting. But I could do a diamond painting every once in a while. And I do have a custom canvas that is blank, and it's kind of like a cross-stitch conversion, but it's because I did the conversion myself in WinStitch, and I plan on doing it eventually someday. I have the drills, I have the canvas, I have the pattern. I just need to actually do it. 6, what life stress or challenge has diamond painting helped me survive or process? That's a good question. I think a lot of it is from my medical stuff. When I got discharged from the hospital after being in the hospital for 2 months at the end of 2024, I had to recover a lot of upper body strength. And I was home alone a lot. And I didn't diamond paint a whole lot because I didn't have the strength to diamond paint. But I could sit for like maybe 10 minutes at first. And soon that 10 minutes became 15 minutes. And 15 minutes became 20. And 20 minutes became an hour. And an hour is about my limit, and then I have to get up and start, I have to take a bathroom break, or I have to get water, or I have to stretch my legs. But I think this video is going to be a little bit longer than an hour, though. Anyways, that was very positive in a way for me, because it gave me, even though I felt a lot of frustration with the canvas because I wasn't making progress on it, I did finish the canvas. It was Witch's New Year from Diamond Art Club. And I started it for Drills and Chills in September of 2024. And then I had to go into the hospital in October of 2024. And I didn't get out of the hospital until December 27th, 2024. So I almost didn't get out of the hospital until the new year. But thankfully, I had something to work on. And it was already on my table, ready to go. And all I had to do was turn the light pad on and diamond paint. And made it really easy for myself. And that also helped. Because if I had to kit up, or I had to always be moving my workspace and things like that, it would have been even harder for me to get into diamond painting back after everything. Witch's New Year will always be a special canvas for me because of that. It took me over a year to do the canvas. And normally a canvas like that would take me about a month previous to going into the hospital. But because of having to recover my upper body strength and not being able to sit in a chair and diamond paint for very long, it just took forever to do that canvas. And there's also a lot of dark colors in it, and I did not enjoy that very much. I've decided to not buy dark colored canvases because of it. Like, if it has some 310s and such in it, that's okay. But I do think that one had 19 bags of 310, something ridiculous like that. And I made it through, but it wasn't easy. And anyways, I do like the canvas. It's a beautiful canvas. And I'm grateful that I had the experience to heal with that canvas. And even just thinking about it kept me going. I was like, which is New Year, a new year, like this new year in 2025, I almost didn't make it to because I almost lost my life from health issues. And I thought about that a lot too while I was diamond painting, how it was truly, in more ways than one, a witch's New Year. What does silence feel like to me when I'm painting? Oh, it feels wonderful. I like listening to music, and I like the occasional podcast or audiobook, and I like watching YouTube videos too occasionally. I don't watch a lot of TV or movies, but I really like silence. And I like when my cat plays around and I talk to my cat and we have a good time in relative silence. And it's nice. It's really nice. It's a guilty pleasure when you can enjoy silence. And that's when you can get into the meditation and the flow state. And you can just kind of vibe with silence. And you don't need to worry about listening to lyrics or podcasts or, carrying your mind to attentive details of a TV show or something. I don't watch a lot of TV or movies because they go too fast for me. I have mental illness, which is like schizophrenia. I find that the messages that happen in TV and movies for me it's too fast, it's too many. It's really hard for me not to keep up, but it stimulates me in too many ways. It overwhelms me. So if I watch a TV show, I'll watch not even the whole episode, and then I have to turn it off and process it, or I fall asleep, and then I watch the rest of it later. And I'll process it sometimes for months or years. Like, it takes me a very long time to watch anything because I get so overwhelmed. Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much that. And I like silence too. Do I diamond paint to escape reality, reconnect with myself, or both? I would say a little bit of both, but more to reconnect with myself. There's a lot of positive aspects that diamond painting can bring to your mental positivity and your mental health state. And it gives me time to sit and process my thoughts, what I've been tossing and turning about. Maybe even just I want to think about a dream that I had. You know, it's very good to help me just process things, where I can just sit here and rely on muscle memory to carry me into the flow state and just kind of vibe with my thoughts. And I don't always have gentle thoughts, but I like it when I have gentle thoughts where I'm not, bothered by, oh, whoops, I just dropped my pen. Where I'm bothered by a problem and I have to process a problem or something. But that happens too. And I like it when I can just kind of daydream a little bit. I have always been a daydreamer in school. I always did a lot of daydreaming. And it's nice to just be able to just be present when you can be present with the moment. I love talking to my cat though when I'm diamond painting. Reconnect with myself too, and then I think about my care for my cat too, but and things I can do to enrich and enhance her life. And we play, I can diamond paint and then take 5 minutes and play with her, and then diamond paint for 15 minutes and then play with her for 5 minutes, and etc. And she likes a lot of cuddles too. So, but that reconnection with yourself is so important. What kind of person was I before I found diamond painting? I don't know. I've been very all over the place. I was really depressed. I was a high-functioning depressed person. And I don't even know if high-functioning, but when you're depressed, but you have to act like you're happy, that's the person I was. And now I'm just happy. And I don't think it's all from diamond painting. I've definitely done a lot of work on myself. I've definitely been through some health issues that have made me realize how grateful I am to be alive, and how every day is truly a gift to have. And every 24 hours you get a new opportunity to change your life every second. Things like that are things that keep me going. And I think that before diamond painting, I was jumping from hobby to hobby and not really cohesively putting anything together or sticking with anything. And I actually was thinking about this the other day. I was like, I'm actually really kind of amazed that I just chose diamond painting to stick with. And it was so easy too. Like, it was so easy to just choose diamond painting over some other hobbies where I love junk journaling, but I don't junk journal very often. And sometimes junk journaling even triggers me a little bit. But diamond painting, well, diamond painting is special. Sorry, I have a drill. Gotta put the drill back. There we go. And I chose diamond painting as much as diamond painting chose me, I guess. What changes in my mood or behavior have I noticed since starting? The starting is ambiguous, so it doesn't say since today or since starting in the general sense of when I began diamond painting, excuse me. I think one thing I know is I do have a lot of patience. And diamond painting works that patience. And there's some days where you sit down and you can only diamond paint for 5 minutes because you're like, whew, I'm restless. I have to get up and I have to go and do these things, or I just don't feel like this is the activity for me today. But otherwise, I don't know. Since this weekend, I've had a lot on my mind that I've been processing and thinking about, and decisions I have to make. So since starting diamond painting, I've been sick this weekend, so I haven't really done a whole lot outside of the home. It's given me time to diamond paint and think. And that seems like a general theme here. But it's true. It's good times. It's calmed me down. It's helped me process my decisions that I have to make and rationalize. Like, I had to go through and make a list of pros and cons of the back and forth between which decision to make, you know? And it gave me the time to do that mentally and to work through that. So that's good. Man, I really like these Dottin bursts. I like them a lot. This is one of my better content decisions, I think. All right, let's go on. Which completed piece means the most to me emotionally, and why? Well, we talked about Witch's New Year and how working through it while I was healing and helping me regain my strength and being grateful for having another year on my life to live was wonderful. It was a wonderful feeling in a way. I think which completed piece means the most to me emotionally and why? I think it has to be that piece I do have a lot of other pieces, but they're not really so emotional. I do have Love is Love lionesses that I've completed. And I like the message that it gives. I have it hanging right by my front door. And a lot of people come in and they say, oh, that's Lion King. It's not Lion King. It's from Dion Or. Or Dion Ong. Sorry, not Dion Or. Dion Ong. It's beautiful, though. And it says, love is love. And love is love. And I think my home enjoys having that by the front door, because when people come in and they see it, they're reminded love is love. And I don't really have like a live, laugh, love home, but I like having that piece in my home. So that's nice. It's not really emotional though. It's just a nice reminder. Let's see what else we got here. Have I ever cried, healed, or had a breakup while working on a canvas? I cried earlier today while working on a canvas. I was not feeling well and I cried. And I was like, man, it's so hard sometimes to do everything I need to do in life. And all I want to do is diamond paint here. And I have set all these tasks for myself. And it was just a moment of very much overwhelm. And I just had a cathartic cry about it. And it was exactly what I needed. And I was still able to diamond paint while I was doing it. And my cat came and she cuddled me and it was adorable. She made me feel better too. You know, it's going to be okay. And if it's not okay, it's not the end yet. So, yeah, that works. Lifing. The canvas is slipping again. This is just going to be a constant battle for this video because the bottom part of the canvas is so heavy. It's an 80 by 80 canvas. And I only have 2 rows left in this little square. So the bottom is very heavy. It's pulling it off my desk. What memories are attached to my favorite painting? Well, my favorite painting is Wolf Season's Dreamcatcher. 14. And it's beautiful. And I remember it was very big. And I was so excited to kit it up. I kitted it up live on Twitch. I remember doing that. And also, it was the first time I diamond painted in public. I took it to the bistro where I live. And they have like a restaurant at lunchtime. And I diamond painted in the bistro. And people would come up and talk to me. And that was when it was still brand new. And a lot of people had never seen diamond painting before. And some of my neighbors I met that day and learned that they also diamond paint. And it was a fantastic decision to diamond paint in public. And I have done it a few other times as well. I will go downstairs and diamond paint when I can. I like the comfort of my home, but I also do like pushing myself to go out and do things like that. And I also remember that it went very quickly. The canvas went very quick. And it's a beautiful canvas. Very beautiful canvas. All right, what do we got next? What does unfinished artwork represent to me emotionally? Well, maybe you're just processing it. You know, like sometimes when you work on an artwork, you need to step back and take time to think about it before you're ready to continue. I think that's okay. And they say unfinished artwork. I try not to have too many whips going. A work in progress. I have 3 right now. I have about 5 kitted up, but some of them I haven't started. All of my storage is full. Oh, is that a J? No, this is check mark. Good. The unfinished whips, they're just waiting, you know? That's what it says to me. And sometimes you just need that time to reflect on it or have the yearning to work on it again. I think that's okay. I have a collage that I'm working on, and I put it down for a while, and I will get back to it someday. So that one I'm thinking about right now too. How do I react when I make mistakes on a canvas, and does that reflect how I handle mistakes in life? Kind of. You can either correct your mistakes or you can continue going. What I think about is sometimes if a drill falls off, I'll just leave it. When I finish the canvas, if there's missing drills, now if there's lots and you could tell that there was gapping and stuff like that because of the empty drills, I would be like, this is bad, we have to put drills in here. But if it's just one, when it's hanging on the wall, you're likely not going to notice. And honestly, I think that might talk about my philosophy in life, where it's like, nothing is perfect, so just do the damn thing. If you wait for everything to be perfect, or you have to make everything perfect, or you're working on organizing everything to be perfect when it's executed, you're going to be working at that forever, and it's never going to get done. So just do the damn thing, you know, hang it on the wall, because another drill might pop off tomorrow, and you might drive yourself crazy trying to catch up with all these popping drills. I might be a little crazy, but it doesn't bother me. Now, I'm saying if the whole canvas was like popping drills and there was gaps, like little square gaps because 4 or 5 drills fell out in the same spot and stuff like that, like that does not fly with me. I would put glue down and I would probably try to match the drills to make sure that I could have that gap contained. But if it's just 1 or 2, if it's just 3 or 4, if it's just 5 or 6 or 10 or 20, no, I'm just kidding. But like, it's not that bad. It's just life. It's just life. How do I react when I make? How do I react when I make mistakes too? When I make mistakes on the canvas, sometimes if it matches close enough, I'll just keep going. If it doesn't, sometimes it's just a little personal flavor. You know, it's not that big of a deal. On Witch's New Year, there's actually a part where I did the wrong color for a long period of time, like maybe an hour. And I just left it. It doesn't even look bad. It was like a brown instead of black or something. It doesn't even matter. It's fine. When you look at it on the wall, you literally can't tell. You literally can't even tell. It's like in her dress, and like the dress maybe looks like it has like a brown shadow instead of being just pure black. It's really kind of cool. And maybe you can hide your mistakes in life, but you don't have to hide your mistakes. You can learn from them and grow from them. And that's part of accepting them too. So, let me put this one back. Ooh. Okay. Next question. What does patience mean to me now compared to before I started diamond painting? About the same. As an artist, I learned very early on that you have to have a lot of patience of just sitting and working with your hands. I've been through, when I was 17, I enrolled in private art school, and I achieved a Bachelor of Fine Arts 4 years later. And I'm very proud of my foundation in art to recognize that patience is important when you're doing crafting and artisan activities. And where's 28? Okay, 28. And that's just something it's something that I gratefully know since an early age. And so I've been working at it for a long time. Maybe it's a superpower. Maybe it's a superpower. What has diamond painting taught me about slowing down? I think it's teaching me that I'm doing enough. That I can do little bits and it all adds up cumulatively. And eventually I'll have a finished product. I think that might be one of the lessons. I often want to do more, like even just having more whips. In the meantime, why not finish the ones you got? Having that patience and to see the picture come together. So I'm appreciatory of that. And the slowing down is good for me. What does perfectionism look like in my crafting habits? It does not look like perfectionism at all. I am not a perfectionist. I would rather get it done than have it be perfect. When I do round drills, I'm a little more particular with square drills, but they're pretty self-aligning. But with round drills, I don't even bother to align them properly on a grid or anything because I like the organic look of just that off-grid kind of curvy line that happens with round drills sometimes. It doesn't even bother me. I actually enjoy it. And I think that's what my perfectionism looks like, is more organic, more natural, more realistic. Next question, 19. Do I allow myself to enjoy the process, or am I always rushing toward a completion? I enjoy the process immensely. This kit that I'm working on in particular, I'm really going to miss it when I finish it. I'm going to miss it. It's going right on my wall. This might be one of my favorite finishes when I finish it. But it's a budget kit. It's not even probably licensed. It's probably just random artwork. I don't even know. But the process of it has been so pleasurable. Oh. There's a notification on my phone. It's telling me to go do a thing. But I'm gonna have to do it later. 20. What does completing a painting feel like emotionally after weeks or months of work? Very satisfying. It is a very satisfying feeling. Let me talk about 3D printing for a minute. I used to do 3D printing, and I would do the modeling of an item in Blender. I made master dice. And I would take the model that I made in Blender from scratch, literally from a mathematical formula that created a cube or a tetrahedron or whatever, like those shapes of dice. And I would add fonts to them to make the font cutouts and stuff like that, and make it, and I could print it on my printer and make a physical product from something that was a math formula, literally in Blender. It was so satisfying for me. But along with that came a lot of work. You have to grind the dice to file them very shiny flat. And that was very hard for me to do. It was creating a lot of dust. I probably was inhaling bad stuff. And having the 3D resin printers was a lot of work to maintain as well. And when I downsized, I got rid of them. So I didn't have them ever since I moved. There's just nowhere for them here. Even if I wanted them. Which some days I do. I wish I still had the 3D printing, but I'm overall grateful that I don't. It's a lot of work. It's fun and rewarding. And that's how diamond painting is too. And diamond painting is much better suited towards me in many ways. So it's very satisfying to finish an artwork. When you finish it, you're like, you want to go on Discord and show it off, and you want to do a post review, and you want to tell the world that you finished the artwork. Oh my God, you know, like, it's a really good feeling. You want to call your mom and be like, Mom, I finished the artwork. Look at the picture on Facebook. You know, so yeah, that's how it is for me. What do I think repetitive crafts, why do I think repetitive crafts can feel so therapeutic? Because of the flow state. When you get in the flow state, you're just flowing. You're just flowing. Like you're literally doing muscle memory. And it's so beautiful. and it's relaxing. And it's mindful and meditative and just, it's so worthwhile. It is. Oh, put that here. There we go. Okay, let me see what else we got. When do I feel at the most peace when I'm painting? Probably right now. Recently, when I'm using my tray system for confetti, because when I'm dumping it in and out of the trays and changing the vials with the storage system from ArtDot, there's an interruption. There's like a interruption in the process of that. But when I pick up a tray, let me find J22. So I pick up a tray. This tray system has every color kitted into a separate box. And I just have to open the box and shake them into place. And that's when I feel the most, just at peace. Have I ever used diamond painting to cope with loneliness? Yes. I search communities of diamond painters for friends and stuff like that. I started Dottin Burst because I felt lonely. It was originally an ASMR series, but it's because I felt lonely while I was diamond painting, and I wanted to put that out there on YouTube because I felt like the loneliness would maybe be cured if people were watching my content and commenting and finding me online and stuff like that. Now, it's changed. It's changed over the years. I personally, if someone finds my content, that's great. And I'm thrilled. But if people ignore me and I'm the only one watching my content, I create content for myself primarily as the primary audience. Because some days I probably am the only one watching my content. And that is okay with me too. So, let me find out what question we're on. And I might have to end this for now and return to it at a later date because this is a really long video. Hold on one second. I just got wax everywhere. There we go. Okay. What role does music, podcast, or background noise play in my painting sessions? Well, podcasts are great. I like learning from podcasts, and I like being inspired from podcasts. I'm tired, sorry. But music is very fun, hype. It's just, it gets you going some days, you know? There's a lot of emotions that you can have with music, and you can tailor that with the music you choose. Background noise, like we already talked about silence, so that works. I like the silence. I like hearing the noises of my apartment when the fan turns on, and hearing my cat playing around and talking to her, hearing her little noises, you know, like that's life. That's life in the present moment. Last question for today. What's something diamond painting revealed about my personality that surprised me? I think it is that I like to talk a lot. I go in voice chat, and some nights I can hardly get myself to stop talking. Like, I put it on push to talk just so that I'm not interrupting people. And it's very different from how I usually am. I don't talk a lot, but when it comes to diamond painting, man, I'll yap your ear off. It's true. And I love talking about diamond painting, and I love my diamond painting friends. And I get so excited just to talk to them in voice chat, mostly because in real life I don't have a lot of friends offline that are diamond painters. I do have a few though. Oh my god, you guys, I just remembered my old roommate started diamond painting, and she's a close family friend, and we yapped about diamond painting, and it was the most unexpected interaction. I did not know she diamond painted. And she was like, yeah, I got an easel and I have all these tools and I'm making beautiful mandalas and I'm making tiger paintings and it's just wonderful. Oh my God, I was like so excited to know that. And my dad had just passed away when this happened and I hadn't seen her for like probably 10 years. And we just had a wonderful yap session about diamond painting. And I was so happy to find out that someone so close to me diamond painted. You know, like I might not have seen her for about 10 years, but my sister sees her probably weekly. They play on a sports team together and stuff like that. So, yeah, I did not know that she diamond painted, and I was so happy. Oh, I'm so happy remembering that too. Something diamond painting revealed about my personality that surprised me. Yeah, I never really thought I was much of a talker. In fact, a lot of the times I sit in the room and I'm like observing because I just don't know where to interrupt into the conversation. In real life about a lot of things, I just don't know where to step in and say something just so that I can be heard. And then over time I've realized I don't always have to say something. But when it comes to diamond painting, yap. I love it. Oh, you guys, I love diamond painting. So that's where we're gonna end it today. It's been about an hour and 7 minutes, so let's go do some diamond painting. I'm gonna finish this square tonight, I hope, but I have to get some dinner. I'm starting to feel better again. Oh, that's so good, because I thought I was getting really ill. I thought yesterday I was gonna have strep throat and my throat was sore, and I did not have an escalated strep throat incident that I know of so far. But it's been 48 hours now of sore throat, and it's getting better. So it's obviously not strep, because strep is very painful. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for talking with me. Thank you for chatting. If you post comments, I promise I will read every single one of them and reply as I'm able to. And we can talk more. I'm on Discord. I don't have my Discord linked here, but we can always link up. And I'm in public Discords too for diamond painting, like the Shiny Distraction. I'm in some other community Discords too. And if you like my content, don't forget to follow. Don't forget to subscribe, whatever it's called on YouTube. I'm not monetized on YouTube, but you can definitely go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and when my new videos come out, you'll get access to them. They're all public. Well, I have a lot of private videos because I stream on Twitch too, but my Twitch streams are gaming streams, It's a different genre completely. I don't really do a lot of diamond painting streams on Twitch. I used to, but I don't anymore. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Thank you for putting time in to learning about me or my personal journey, my Dottin burst. If you feel inspired to answer any of these questions in the comments, please do. And if you feel like journaling them or just thinking about them, that's amazing. And I hope you do that. Anyways, have a great day or night, wherever you are. Take care. Bye.